I had to run and get some water really quickly. If not, we were never getting water. Hello, good morning. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Okay. Some of these names are pretty dead going into the open. It's pretty dead going into the open. Howdy. Hello, good morning, good morning. Now, what am I connected to? Okay. Let's go. It's a Ruby day. It's Ruby day. Let's hope for that would be nice. That would be nice. If Ruby breaks above that 26 again, probably a Ruby day. I think it just depends on the open, Raven. Right now though, there's really nothing taking over from Ruby. LNAI looks interesting, but it's going sideways. So the volume isn't quite there, and then it has that supply zone. This one has a lot of unusual volume too, DGLY. The average volume is 48,000. It's already destroyed that this morning. So there's something going on there with that unusual volume. So we'll see. We'll see what it does at the open. Alrighty. Again, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. 145. Yeah. Yup. So we came back to retest the bottom again, right? Because that's all it seems to be doing right now. So testing the top, back to the bottom, back to the top, back to the bottom. The good thing is that it's holding the bottom though, but it's gonna need to move at some point because you keep testing that bottom and it's gonna break below. Anyways, Nicola, good morning. Omar, good morning. Amy, good morning. Floyd, good morning. Chichu, good morning. Raven, keep cooking, please. More Ruby, good morning, Raven. Define, good morning. Alex, good morning. Daryl, good morning. Ajoya, good morning. G7B, good morning. Coleman, good morning. Randy, good morning. Dawson, good morning. Good morning, Mayhem. Frankie, good morning. Good morning, Tiffany. Sean, good morning. Patricia, good morning. Carolina, good morning. Good morning, Sandra. Low Dog, good morning. Smurf, good morning. Wes, good morning. Salem, good morning. How's your first day in the morning? Chi, good morning. Torn, good morning. Devin, good morning. Good morning, everybody. A, good morning. Good morning, CL Aussie. Good morning. T, good morning. I see you had a nice scalp this morning, T. Adrian, good morning. Karen, good morning. Blake, good morning. How are you feeling? Blake. Anthony, good morning. Ham, good morning. If I've missed you, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Farah, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so Ruby, obviously we're going to be paying attention to this one with those higher lows, so that's good. As long as we're getting pretty close to the open, 12 minutes to go, so I think we should be able to tell right away if LNAI is going to be one of the names we pay attention to or not, right? And if not, that's okay too. In the trash, right? Danny, good morning. Sid, good morning. Maxwell, good morning. James, good morning. CMND, I'll take a look. CMND. What's oof. Right? So when it comes to momentum plays, number one red flag is when a name goes from green to red. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right? So there you go, Nicola. Yeah. See, like when I'm watching a name that's meant to be a momentum name and it's red, garbage. Immediately in the trash. Right? So that was a nice pop, right? I think a few members made monies on this one on that news, right? On the pop, and then straight to the abyss. Yeah. So hopefully no one's holding that, and if you are, hopefully it bounces at some point. There is maybe a little bit of support. Like last night's low was like 18 cents. So and then 17 cents for the day yesterday. So you can watch those two levels, right? But other than that, yeah. Yup, it did. It did. I was looking at that news this morning. Definitely did. Okay, so yeah, these names all look way too suspicious this morning. Maybe not Ruby, but these names look very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. Yeah, Seti. Yep. Way too suspicious. Yeah, so 170 resistance on CETY. So we'll see if that thing can also break out at the open. Alrighty. So again, we have a whole bunch of names, that we're gonna need confirmation from at the open. It doesn't seem like one of those days where we're like, hey, this is the one, this is it. Going into the open, maybe it's gonna be Ruby, right? So I think if anything is gonna be the one, maybe Ruby, but yeah. Please help. What do you need help with? You should have sent me a message then, Salem, right? If you're having an issue, send me a message so we can help you. Have you watched the onboarding video? Have you connected with the right email? Alrighty, so watch that video and then send me a DM in Discord, please. Alrighty. 360. What's your position in that play? Let me know. So it looks like CT is failing at 170, so it's gonna need to break and close above 170. Chance Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. Barnes and Noble. What's your position in this one? G7B. What's your position with this? What is your position? Let me know. Yeah, nice pop though. Yeah, to the garbage. Yeah. Sometimes when you're this close to the open like that, you don't want to be taking risk. When you're this close to the open, you're better off waiting for the market to open so we can see if it actually breaks out. The onboarding, Mitch, you have to be a member to get the link to Discord, and then you can watch the onboarding video. Yeah. Lewis, do you have a position or question with that one? Let me know. Please and thank you. Let me know. Alrighty. I'll pull it up though, because we had fun with this one last night. This was the stock last night. These stock last night, yesterday, I mean, right? So we had a lot of fun with this one. This one had some beautiful rallies, right? I say last night because last night when the market closed, we eventually broke out and hit brand new highs at $3.50 before crashing this morning, right? So yeah, so we had a really good run on this one. And I'm not quite sure what your position is. So if you have a question, guys, please clarify. Especially with so many names at the open like that. You're in at 265. Okay. You're slightly green in that position. You're kind of in close to a double bottom. I would say that the stock needs to stay above $2.60. Alrighty. So you're basically risking 5 cents, in my opinion, which is not that bad. Hopefully, when the market opens, it pops, right? But you kind of need to stay, in and around like, 260, 258. If it can stay above that level, you should be okay. Just make sure you have a stop loss once the market opens, though. You're green for now, so you could, hopefully we keep moving in that direction. Let's go, pizza. Good morning, pizza. Ayo, Dan. Good morning. Bonjour, se voit. Se voit. Bonjour, bonjour. Okay. What are these other ones doing here? Yeah, Seti broke above that 170 high, so that's good. Yeah, nice little break there. I think the annoying thing this morning though is we have a whole bunch of random stocks that are going up like 10 cents each, right? So the first candle is 60%, and then after that it's like little baby candles. No 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 no. Okay. 17. And Ruby. Yeah, Raven. Let's see if Ruby can either stay above the VWAP or go back and retest the 200 EMA after the open, and then we'll go from there. Right, there's obviously usually profit taking for a name like this going into the open after that run. So we'll see. Virus. Good morning, Virus. You guys like Virus's picture? Can you please send me a message so I can reply? I don't think you're connected to Discord. You can still send me a message without being connected. How much time do we have? Okay. This is why I always tell people to, like, hey, in the evening send me an email or send me a DM, you know, so then we can try and figure your stuff out. Let me see. Okay, I just sent you a message. Ready? So you should see that. Again, I don't think you follow the instructions. Um, so you have to connect, right? The onboarding video shows you how to connect. Um, the onboarding video shows you how to connect. You're most likely not using the right email. Yeah. You DM me last week, Savoie. Oh, yeah. If you DM me at the wrong time, I usually like, I can read your message, so then I don't have any open messages. But then when I come back an hour later, yeah, I'm definitely gonna forget. What's my email? The email is at the top of your screen, hundredsx@gmail. In the description as well. Yeah, or you could just send me a DM if you are a member. Alrighty. Okay, let's see. So SETI is still looking good there. Uh, weakness. Ruby trying to hold the VWAP, so hopefully we do. No. Okay. So yeah, today's gonna be one of those days where we're like, hey, let's wait for the open and then we'll go from there. Look who's up early. Hey, Vala, this isn't up early. Look who's up early. Yeah, no. Yesterday, if you were awake at this time, you definitely would have cooked some monies. This morning, just because you're awake early, the market's looking suspicious. Um, very suspicious. Pre-market was nicer with Ruby. Right now, everything looks a bit sus. It is a bit slow. It's 6:30. Yeah, that is for most people. That's early. For the pre-market criminals, 4:30 a.m. in the morning is when they wake up. Go back to sleep. Look at this. You wake up early and the market says, "Oh Lord, he's awake." Let's slow this down, please. Unbelievable. Yeah, 4 a.m. Savoir. No, it's my time to cook. You go back to sleep. Let's go. Question for you guys in the chat though. I know what the answer is gonna be because everybody's gonna say Ruby probably. What's your favorite stock going into the open? What's your favorite stock going into the open? Yeah, okay. That one might be a little bit nicer for you to scalp actually. Yeah. AEHL looks okay there too. Yeah. SETI, the 1,000% runner, Andy. Randy, me too. Me too. Me too. SETI. Pizza. If you keep saying it, one of these days, it's gonna come true. Good morning, Luna. 38, Nicola. Yeah. I mean, you might get a pop at the open, right? So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So I think you can kind of tell too, honestly, by the randomness in the chat that it's a pretty confusing day, right? Everybody has almost a different stock that they like, right? Everybody's looking at a different stock. A whole bunch of SETI, right? Ruby, BNED, right? So that one looks good to you. So there's a whole bunch of random rubbish. Yeah. So good morning. Once we get to the open, hopefully the market can, give us what it wants to give us. So less than 2 minutes to go. IVP, yeah, IVP is doing a split, so just keep that in mind. Maybe some shorts covering into the split, and then straight back to the abyss before the split. You know, straight to the abyss. So we open in like 40 seconds here. Let's see. Okay. Give us the violence. Ruby? Okay, we're gonna focus on Ruby for now. See if Ruby can get back above that 24 and actually stay above there, Raven, and then go from there. Mm, 24.30. Alrighty. Bring us the violence, please. Bring us the violence. 24.60, 24.70, 24.80. Here comes 25 cents. Again, just be mindful though that the market did just open. So these candles are usually like this. I have to remind you every morning, just because, just so somebody doesn't, random, FOMO at the wrong price. Anyway, so yeah, 25 cents for Ruby. Nice little bounce. And then the other one's doing okay too, right? Nice pop, but again, these are market open candles, so just be careful. Yeah, you took the monies, though, Jason. Good jobs. Yeah, nice spike at the open there. And then AEHL, whoever was holding at 260, congratulations, 265, because that thing just had a nice pop, right? That might be an opportunity for you to take some gains as well, right? So these things are popping at the open. So if you are in positions, you're kind of happy. Um, so let me send you a DM in Discord. I just saw that you sent me an email. I also send you a DM in Discord. Let me know if you see it. So again, these guys had a really good run yesterday. I bet you people are moving on to this one. At least initially here, just because there's nothing else that really stands out, right? So yeah, it is really early, and all of these stocks kind of look very suspicious still. Very, very suspicious. The two that have done well at the open, I would say, Ruby obviously with the bounce of the view out there, so that's good. EHL is pushing, but then you have resistance at $3, right? So just be careful. SETI is dropping, stalled 180. BNED, that was a nice spot for nice pop for Jason to sell, but that was about it though. Good job, Nicola. Yeah, those things are nice. On that initial pop at the open, they're nice to sell, right? And then we can kind of look around and say, hey, what else looks good? Yeah, Savoie, that would have been nice. That's okay though, right? That is okay. BNED is pushing back for that $9 again there, Jason. So 920 high. SETI is coming back. Right, so retesting $1.85. Ruby selling off. Right, so like I said, as much as we like Ruby, we also know that scam candles happen at the open. So the like the least amount of trust when a stock is running is at the open, unless it's actually breaking out. That's the only time where you're like, okay, 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 okay. So other than that, when something's bouncing at the open, it there's not a whole lot of trust. So yeah. Anyway, so Ruby kind of failed in the supply area for now. Let's see if we hold the demand area though. Cool. Cool. LNAI needs to get back above that resistance. Nothing happening with this one. It just had a lot of unusual volume, right? So somehow that volume is 6 million when the average is 48 million, right? For D, so this thing just looked interesting. Not that it was actually doing anything overly impressive, right? AEHL, look at that slap, right? So like I said, the open is the worst time, to trust these stocks, because 1 second they look good and the next, right? Ayo, Matt, good morning, good morning. Uh, yeah, you on average a year, every year. My goodness. I mean, you might as well make some of that money back because the stock is looking good, right? Next time you go spend money there, you're gonna think about this. Like, hey, this is on you. This is on you, guys. You're holding like your entry is 124, Sahel. Mm, Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll take a look. Yeah, Barnes and Noble looks okay, just super slow, right? But again, there's nothing wrong with that, Jason. Ruby came back for another retest of the view app, which is good, right? So we are holding that level. The more like levels we can see at the open, the better, right? So Ruby's definitely looking a lot better now that it came back and retested the same view app and bounced, right? A lot better there. Type yes in the chat if you're holding Ruby, because I know a whole bunch of you guys, almost the entire chat is going to be holding Ruby, right? Almost the entire chat is going to be holding Ruby. So, yup, let's go. Pizza, yes, love it. Okay. This Peter said he's in. They said, okay, Peter. Yup. Peter, Ruby's gonna be the most held stock for in the chat, definitely. There goes 27. Break it, break it, break it, break it, Ruby. Break it. Yeah. The legend behind Ruby from 14 cents is Raven. The legend. Raven posted Ruby as a swing play in the bottom feeder channel around 14 cents. 14 cents to 27 cents. Pretty nice, huh? Right, so this looks good. The other one's coming back to life as well. I mean, it is, but it's really not closing above yet. So if you're holding CETY, you need to close above $1.85 for the next push. Alrighty. AEHL is slowly coming back as well, right? Not horrible. DGLY is still kind of holding above $1.35, so that's good. LNAI still needs to get back above $1.45, right? Ruby is going to be playing with that 27-ish resistance. So we need to break and close above this little double top right there for Ruby, and then that thing can really start to move. No, Pizza, I see. I know you are. I know you are. 22? I know you are. Yeah. You notice how I didn't question or anything? I know. I could tell. I know you're like the back of my hand, Don't take your love. uh, is that a song, Dan? Probably is a song, isn't it? Okay, so SETI looks good. Barnes and Noble looks okay. Ruby, obviously, we need to close above this double top here, right? Icon, I can tell that there are a few questions in the chat. OpenZ again. That's the class of warrants that had an interesting day. Let me take a look at Icon first, though. Let me know if you have a position for OpenZ, because that thing seems to pop like every day now. Icon, you can see the problem, right, guys? I don't really need to answer Icon, do I? Right. So again, 200 EMA resistance, multiple candles failing, right? Yellow candle there as well, and slap, right? So for Icon, 111, 112 is your resistance on this thing. If it can break and close above, then it might be ready for push to 115, 120. Super slow, right? To be expected. Cool. Open Z again. This is open warrants, right? This thing moves like a crackhead every day now, which is pretty impressive, honestly, right? You could tell how that thing wasn't doing anything until the market opened, right? Just be careful with this. If you play with it, just understand that it's gonna go up a lot. It's gonna get slapped a lot, right? So because it's done this like almost every, look at that, right? Look at that. Initially, that thing was flying, and then all of a sudden it was crashing, and then it was pumping, and then it was crashing. Right now, it's pumping again. So, okay. Yep, you took your gains, Daryl, on Ruby. Good job. Nothing wrong with that. I think we all still like RUBI, right? We just need to close above that resistance. Alrighty. SETI's still looking good, isn't it? Still looking good. I just want to see some consistency on this name. Yeah, but if you are holding this, which I know some of you guys are, you should be okay. And so $2 resistance there next. OpenZ with a bit of a red candle, right? So you could see that supply zone and the yellow candle there. So, pretty good spot to be taking gains at the top. Yeah. It wants to take me out. Peter, what's your stop loss? What's your stop loss, Peter? Good job, Frozen. 22 to 26. Good job. Yeah. 24. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, hopefully it stays above that. Please and thank you. Salim, I'll send you a video, okay? I'll send you the onboarding video in your email. So yeah, watch that video. It should help you connect. Cool. And if it doesn't work, let me know. Like the first 10 minutes should help you connect. If you're not connected, then let me know. Come on, Ruby, give us a bounce here. The good thing though, Peter, is that your stop loss is above the uptrend line, so hopefully we stay above that. CET is doing good, right? So it is kind of testing that $2 resistance, but it's also breaking above it. So see if it stays above. See if we stay above. Yeah, exactly, Ajoya. That's the problem, right? Like it moves very quickly for OpenZ. Come on, Ruby, give us a green candle. All right, look at that. We just went from 180%, guys, to 122% for OpenZ, right? So be very careful with this thing. It's fun when it's moving. When it's not moving, though, did I ask your opinion? Yes. You know what? All that sass pizza, you're gonna mess around, and the market makers are gonna come for you. Unbelievable. Yeah. So hopefully Ruby can. Oh. 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 Oh Lord. Ruby says, well, I hope you took your profits at a double top. I hope you took your profits at a double top, is what it said. Don't fall in love with Ruby. Anyways, let's see if we can still stay above that 22. Oh Lordy. To the face. Oh my goodness. That thing's a pizza. Say it again with your chest. Yep. Anyways, SETI is looking very, very good. Yeah. CETY. It's a very nice push. Yeah. Let's see. I think stuff like that is quite annoying when you see it. Good job, Randy. 190 to 220. Good scalp. Yeah, a lot of you guys are doing really good with the breakouts. Actually, really good. It's interesting though. Like the members, like the Legend Pro members, do really well with the breakouts. Really well. It's always interesting to yeah. Anyways, yeah, $2.20, right? And then for Ruby, let's see if we can stay above that double bottom there. So 2250-ish. If not, I mean the 200 EMA is not that far below, so let's see if it consolidates in between that range, and then go from there. Hopefully we do. Right? OpenZ is still just dropping them. I'm surprised. Again, stuff like this doesn't get halted, right? Otherwise, this thing would have been halted already. So that's the benefit to playing with that stuff. Yeah. Yup. Yeah, we'll see, Pizza. We'll see if it stays above it. It's kind of holding for now, right? It's Kind of holding for now. So we shall see. And CETY is like, hey, I'm the one, please. Yeah, that $2 breakout was nice. It happened very quickly though. And then $1.90, which I think is the other breakout you guys played with, right? The double top coming into the open at 185, that was the breakout there, right? So if I move this line a little bit higher, right, you can see your little breakout right there. So that's the one Daryl played with. RUBI, yeah. Again, this is honestly why though we every day we show up. We're like, hey, 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 put the stop loss, move your stop loss up, scale out on the way up, because as much as we look at a name like RUBI and we're like, come on, breakout, come on, breakout, come on, breakout, it gives you the opportunity, but it also you almost have like like it's in this market, it almost wants you to take those gains, right? Which is annoying. We'd like to see breakouts and more boom skis, but this thing also went from 14 cents, right, to 27 cents. So quite a nice push. But anyways, yeah, for now, watch that 200 EMA. Let's see if we can stay above 22. Alrighty. If not, if you don't see consolidation, then to the abyss. Then to the abyss. Yep, holding up the 200 EMA for now. Spies dumping. Another day, another dip skis. Yeah, big Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the king of dips. The king of dip skis. The king of dip skis. Oh wow, okay. Torn. Let me know when that thing actually breaks out. Yeah. So for now, we're holding up the 200 EMA on RUBI. Hopefully, it stays above. If I asked anybody in the chat where that next resistance for CT would be, right? So you can see that was stalling right around $2.25. So it's gonna need to break above, and then you have the supply zone above $2.30. Cool. LNAI doesn't look horrible. It just doesn't have the volume, like it didn't have the volume coming into the open. So that thing needs to get back above $1.45. Alrighty, so we're still just kind of keeping that one on watch for now. Other than that, though, there really isn't a whole lot. Right? Yeah. Not a whole lot else that we haven't looked at already. So we need some brand new breakouts. 220. A lot. What's 220? You looked at SPY? Yeah. SPY's getting slapped. Yeah, the volatility the last few days is just a little bit extreme. Right? And we were looking good at the open, testing 670, and then all of a sudden, slapped 665. All right, so lost $5 there for no reason. LNAI, yup, there it is, a bit of a bounce. All right, so nice base at 138 for now, 136, 138. If that thing can stay above 145, maybe the volume will come in. Mine like a retest of the VWAP. It's possible, yeah, but for now though, it's looking strong. It's looking more like we want to go, into the supply zone rather than there it is, right? So, yeah, I think said retest. What retest? Well done, Sam. That was a good scalp. So, yeah, Ian, absolutely. So a nice push into the supply zone, guys. Your next resistance is $2.50 for CETY. Alrighty, so really nice chart. That's a really nice chart, isn't it? The trend on it, really nice. Really, really, really nice. So $2.50 resistance. Question for you guys in the chat. All right. Do you notice that this is the only stock that's breaking out? You notice that this is the only stock that actually broke out, right? So this is why though we always say, hey, like when we get to the open, our main focus is on the one that breaks out, right? If you're looking around and you're like, hey, which stock do I like the most? We like the one that breaks out, right? So when I say breakout, I'm usually referring to that pre-market resistance, right? So pre-market resistance, breakout at the open, right? That's usually the one. Usually, right? So the ones that perform well at the open are usually the ones that can break out. The reason for that is because we're all in the same boat, right? We're like, hey, where do we go? Where do we go? Oh, okay, this one's breaking out. Yeah. The entire market is getting slapped today. Yeah, I don't see any news or any reason for that. It's just, Pablo, did you see how lucky he got this week? -20. I would have still beat you, Pizza. If I played you without -20, I would have still won. So what does that say? Pablo, I'm glad you beat that person though. I'm glad you beat that person in second place because now, well, in third place. Now they can shoot. Good job, Pizza. Good job, Pablo. Unlike Pizza can't seem to beat his own people. Yeah, Jeff, that thing needs volume, or they need a catalyst. They need something. Yeah, really good run on CETY. So that 250 is going to be the next level there to potentially break above. Uh, yeah, no, he's done for a while. Maybe after Christmas or something. I don't think anybody's going to buy him. uh, yes. Pizza lost again this week, Jeff. Okay, so yeah, looks like DGLY is bouncing back a little bit. Like I said, keep an eye on this name. This might actually be a Raven bottom feed type play too. Yeah, right. Bottom feed play. So the closer we are to the to the $1.30, the better, obviously, right? Like the interesting thing here is that the average volume is 50,000 shares, and for some reason it's at 6 million already, right? So definitely something to keep an eye on, right? We just had this up because of that unusual volume because the stock really hasn't performed, right? So yeah, just yeah. I took profits on. Do you buy more? You took profits. If you took profits on this thing, I mean, you're sitting in a supply zone, so I would not be buying more, right? So you're saying more as in you took profits, so you have a position already. Well, then keep the position you have and see if we can break above $2.50. Right now, it looks really good, right? So your position should be benefiting from it, but you adding right after you just took profits, what's the point of taking profits and then adding at the same price, right? This is like going to Jeff's farm, Anyways, I'm gonna leave Jeff's farm alone. Um, yeah. Yeah. So there you go. You see what's happening there, right? What's the point of selling at resistance and then buying back at resistance again, right? Look at that. That thing just got slapped at resistance. So you don't do that. You take profits and then you wait for a dip and then go from there. Alrighty? Yeah. Yep. So again, $2.50 resistance for CETY. Nice push up. Really nice push. Still need volume here. Ruby's below the 200 EMA now, so a little bit. Yeah, need to reclaim that. Look at that slap, guys. Asking for a friend. Is Jeff hiring on the farm? No, Jeff has too many kids, so he can't really hire. But again, there you go. So good thing you asked before you did it. Um, yeah. uh, surprise, surprise. Exactly, Matt. Not really, right? So, um, it would be nice if that thing got closer to $2, though. You know, it would be nice if it got closer to $2. Um, I think DGLY is gonna look a lot better if it eventually breaks above the VWAP, above $1.50, $1.55. I think it's gonna look a lot better. So Ruby's trying to reclaim that 200 EMA, which is important. Right? Like we said in the past, the main problem isn't breaking below the 200 EMA. It is, when we come back and we reclaim the 200 EMA. If we can, then good. Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. SETI, there goes SETI, guys. Right? So the closer we get to $2, the better, right? Especially if that thing can consolidate. If not, maybe we come back and retest all the way down to the actual breakout. So between $2 and $1.80 there, pretty big range. Uh, but again, if we can consolidate at two, good. If not, then we look for closer to $1.80. Alrighty, cool, cool, cool. She wants goats. I get two cows, but she Jeff, I can tell you love food, No, 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 which causes traders to mostly pack it up for the week and hopefully, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Pablo. So again, for CETY, right, first level to watch is that $2. It looks like it's holding for now. But yeah, like Pablo said, really important when you see that a stock is stalling at resistance, it's not that you're surprised by the resistance, right? Like it's clearly resistance, right? And what does that look like? It looks like a T-Rex, right? So when you see stuff like that, you have to consider taking the profits or moving your stop loss up at the very least, especially when you can look around and look at the markets and say, hey, this is the type of week where people lock in their gains and go for Thanksgiving. So don't sit there and pray. Alrighty. Is there anybody holding DGLY? Just wondering. Anybody holding this one? Let me know. Ruby got back above the 200 EMA, so hopefully we can stay above. Or at the very least, don't create any brand new lows. That'd be good. Resistance for you, Regan. You're in at 144. Okay, not bad. Yeah, you say resistance, and that thing looks like resistance all over the place, right? So yeah, $1.50, but then also the VWAP, right? So honestly, from 150 to 160, all of that range is resistance, Regan. Yeah, keep it with human, with humans, please. 140. Okay. Yeah, Mike, it doesn't look bad, right? I find that the unusual volume is pretty interesting there. So obviously we're gonna keep an eye on that. So CT for now is holding $2. We must need a bit more consolidation of that level there. Spies on drugs. So there goes a little bouncy for CETY. $2 and 210. uh Spy said, are you guys hating on me? Not quite green yet, but nice bounce. We need some boom skis. Don't make this be a boring Thanksgiving week. How's the fry station? Virus. Did the world end yet or not yet? Not yet. Yeah, DGLY with the little pops, with the little pop there above at least to retest $1.50. So we shall see. If that thing had a bit more volume, you know. But yeah, so those dip buys in close to 140 or below, those have been okay, at least for now. Look at this stupid scam, guys. Look at OpenZ, right? So yeah, like this stuff is cool, it's exciting, but yeah, you just don't want to be, yeah, like it's just not safe at all. I'd rather you avoid this thing. Um, yeah, very very dangerous. Yep. So you could tell though that we need a breakout for DGLY there. CET for some reason just wants to keep coming back and retesting $2. Honestly, this is a pretty boring open, isn't it? Pretty boring. Pretty boring open. Pretty boring open. Okay, CET. Can you do something up that $2 now or no? RELI. I just wanted to keep up RELI. Just because again, IVP is doing a split at on the 28th, I think they said the 28th. So I bet you some of this is just shorts covering into a reverse split. But yeah, yesterday was fire. Yesterday was hot. Yeah, yesterday was a good day. Yeah, disciple of Raven. Yeah, yeah. Yesterday was good. It's trying, right? So that $2 was definitely a bit of a support level, right? It's trying. Where did the volume go? Come on now. There you go, Bilal. $2.13. So again, if you got in closer to that $2, right? If you got in closer to the $2, that was obviously better. If you got in on CETE off that $2, type yes in the chat. Can't find anything. Let me take a look. For some reason, I thought I saw this morning. For some reason. Ajoya, you might be right actually. I might have seen that for a different stonk. Yeah, I might need to go back and look again, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay. 210. Yeah, your entry is suspicious, right? So you're gonna need a bit more of a push. Alrighty. So yeah, if you're gonna buy below, which is what you did, Greg, yeah, then you wanna look for closer to the actual support, right? Yeah. So just in case it doesn't actually break and close above the chrono there, because it hasn't, right? So that thing has work to do. Yeah, Angel. Yeah. Okay, looking at some of the other names here. IVP still looks good. CET is still stuck at 210. So that thing needs to get back above 215 and actually close above it. RUBI just super weak, super weak, right? Super weak. So as much as as much as we kind of laugh, and we use Peter's stop loss as fun, that was a good stop loss, right? Because now he would be red, right? So rather than being red, put the stop loss and let it kick you out. So as annoying as stop losses are, you know, more often than not, they save you from something that is not, good, right? Because really, if you wanted to get back in, you're getting in cheaper than the first entry, which is always a good thing, So those stop losses are very important, very important. Yeah, Greg. Yeah, so stick to the plan. Don't go crazy, please. Otherwise, you're gonna yeah. Jeff. Speaking of which, yeah, that thing came back to $2 again, right? CETY. So again, a bit of a consolidation, a bounce, but then we never closed above the chrono, so then they just slapped it back down. So that's kind of annoying, isn't it? Yeah. So let's see if we can reclaim $2. Or at the very least stay above the view up there. If not, we're gonna go back and retest this next level, the actual breakout spot. So not a fan of the lower highs, but let's see if we can stay above the view up and stay above $2. And then get another bounce there. Yeah, the price action today is kind of annoying. So we're back to $2, right? But still some selling coming in there. Yep, exactly. There you go, Nicola. Right, scalping. Yep. I mean, that's the type of market we're in. You see 10 cents, you might have to lock in those 10 cents. Hype. We need a boomski so we can thrust then. We should have been thrusting yesterday, but yesterday was a good day. So we need a boomskis. You got a new TV delivered today. Volume buttons are not they stopped working. Oh my days. So there goes another bounce of $2, guys. CETY, right? So the $2 is the actual support area. So when you're buying a little bit higher like that, it's not the safest, right? But so yeah, let's see if we can stay above $2. Here we go, 212. Come on now, you can do it. You can do it. 213. Yeah, you can kind of tell where the problem is at, right? So right around that $2.15, that's the problem. Peter, why didn't you get a new TV? Why? That's such a scam candle, such a scam candle, Bilal. Such a scam candle. Yeah. Give me a TV, I need it. Ayo, Robs. Yeah, such a scam candle. I think the problem with that though too, Bilal, is that candle never closed above. You know what I mean when I say close above. You and Greg, right? So, oh, Black Friday. I see. Yep. Yep. It's one that we hoped it would work out, and it's still trying, right? So hopefully, RUBI is trying to come back though off the double bottom there, guys, right? So of 2140, we're back to almost 23. So retesting the VWAP. So let's see if RUBI can get back above. Yeah, RUBI on the run. You wanted to say that, right, Tiffany? You've been waiting to say that. I can tell. RUBI on the run. uh, Nicola, yeah. AEHL new session highs. Nice. AEHL. Heyo, Robs. Good morning. Yes, I know. Okay, can you actually go? Like, can we get something that actually goes boomskis? Everything is kind of shy at resistance here. Shy at resistance. You could tell CETY. CETY wants to move. It's like, hey, can I go, please? Yeah, we give you permission to go. We know you want to go. There we go. 215. Here comes the big problem. $2.15. If you're still holding CETY, type yes in the chat. If you're still holding CETY, type yes in the chat. Yeah, that 215-ish area is the problem, right? The $2 is okay, right? And the 215 is acting as a little selling point for a lot of people. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so we were gonna need to break above that level, and then we're looking for 225. But again, you can tell people are scalping it, right? So as soon as everybody realizes that, oh, there's a problem there, they tend to want to scalp it. So here we go again, 214, 215, going once, going twice. Come on, I want to say sold to Peter. 96 to 15. There you go, Aaron. Well done. Good job. Two scalps here. There you go. See, people are scalping it off that level, right? You reverted, you took the gains. Good job, though. Greg, are you still in your position? You got buy Bitcoin, Juan? Oh, what did you get in at? Is it a leverage play or a long term swing? uh, did you was it a leverage play or was it is like are you still in Bitcoin? Because if you are and you're buying, like long term, Bitcoin is going to be okay. You will eventually come back. I think the volatility is becoming a little bit annoying. So hopefully, when we get past Thanksgiving, guys, we can start moving on from these nasty dips in the market. But here we go, 215, going once, going twice, and so to pizza. Shish, yeah, you could tell like people are really taking those gains at 215. Really taking those gains. But the stock is also fighting now, right? At the very least, if you're not scalping in, make sure you have a stop loss, please. Right? Because what tends to happen in an area like this is we either go boom skis because we break above 215 or we get a fat red candle. So obviously we hope to go boom skis. No, 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 no. You got a Bitcoin short at 83. You shorted Bitcoin at 83. Juan, of all the things you could be doing with your life, of all the things you could be doing, you decided to short Bitcoin at $83,000. Of all the things you could be shorting, you decided to short Bitcoin at 83. Not very smart, I know. I was just asking, like that just doesn't seem right. uh, yeah, no. So you're still in the short then? Yeah, honestly, Joel, you could tell. You could tell they're doing all of that on purpose, which is kind of annoying. So Bitcoin's been kind of annoying. Couldn't see coming back up. Just seemed like a rug pull. Yeah, but I can see a rug pull when we break below a level like 100K. Yeah. Damn, Dan. Wow. Um, no, because again, when we were looking at Bitcoin and we were talking about Bitcoin, right? The first level for support was 83,000, right? Everybody kept saying, hey, we could bounce from 83 to 80K, 83 to 80K. So when you're shorting at support, you're asking for trouble, right? But then if we broke below 80K, then you're looking for 73, right? So, yeah. Wow, that is unbelievable, Dan. Unbelievable. Anyways, CETE guys, $1.15. Clearly, a lot of selling going on there. So hopefully, you guys are managing that position, and hopefully we can stay above $2 and push back up. You could tell the damn stock wants to move up. It's just it needs to break out. Uh, yeah, yep. So maybe now we just go sideways. There we go, 23. There we go. Finally, CETE. Finally, I mean that's if that candle actually closes above, right? And then $2.25 is your next resistance there. Right? The fact that we keep fighting, so that's what I mean, right? Like, when we keep coming back to a specific level, you either get a fat red candle or you get a push above it, right? Like a breakout, not a small breakout. Your next resistance is 225 on CETE. RUBI clearly failing at the VWAP, guys, right? So resistance at 2320-ish. Um, Nothing happening there. Still going sideways. Trash. So we're basically just looking at two stocks right now. We're looking at two stocks, right? CET and RUBI. That's it. Anything else? Not really. Right. So as the day goes on, we start to narrow down the list. Yeah. So your next resistance is $2.25 though. We Shop took off again. I mean, it is Christmas shopping time, Yeah. Christmas shopping time. Yeah. This stock is kind of annoying, isn't it? It's good for scalping, but other than that, you could tell it's Thanksgiving. Yeah. Mm-mm. I'm surprised the market isn't pumping a whole lot more though, with a potential deal, a peace deal with the U.S. Getting Ukraine to agree. Now, obviously, it's not fully completed yet, so Russia would need to agree to that too. But yeah, yeah, maybe that's why we're not running, because it's really not official. CETY. Sorry, I keep saying CETE. Yeah, CETY. SETI. Yeah, CETY. So we're going back and forth between these two names, right? CETY and RUBI, right? And then the other one that needs more volume before we get excited about it is DGLY, obviously, right? Yeah, yeah, I guess, but I think the markets would love a peace deal between these two countries. Yeah, so let me pull up WeShop, right? So WeShop Holdings. Can you believe this stock is still at $200, guys? Can you believe this? I mean, we should, right? We should be able to believe this, right? But damn, 6,000 shares, right? So there's not a whole lot of volume. But every day you can make money on WeShop, guys. WeShop. Every day you can make money on this stock. The greatest stock on earth, WSHP. You don't even need volume. Like you really don't need volume on it. Crazy, huh? Sounds like a Canadian mall. Probably is. Probably is. CETY came all the way back down. So that resistance at 225, look at that slap, right? So clearly these names are meant to be scalped today. Scalp, scalp, scalp. The only stock that isn't meant to be scalped is WeShop. Yep. Well, one stop shop, Stefan. Yeah. If you haven't been to the website yet, I recommend that you do, please, because this is the only shop. This is the only place you can go to. This is the only place you can go to where you can buy. I'm just waiting for the website to load. This is the only website you can go to where you can buy clothes. You could buy shoes. You could buy, luxury brands, right? Activewear, sports, lingerie. You could buy makeup. You could take care of your kids, pet grooming, skincare, fragrance, cooking, furniture, computer, home appliances, cameras, gaming. You could find your car parts. You know, you want to go camping? Not a problem. Vitamins? Not a problem. You know, you could go on vacation, book flights, parking downtown. You know, tickets for for sports. You can buy toys for your kids, books. You are you hungry? Yeah, you could buy food on here as well. Like, what else do you need, right? Like, what else do you need? Probably, Toad. I'm sure if you really wanted to, I'm sure you could find it on that website. Craziness, huh? Anyway, CETY back to retesting that stupid bottom again. So if nothing else, it's been a good scalp. If nothing else, it's like Costco, Amazon, and all in one, Tiffany, all in one. You could go to the village, Rita, right? So you know that's why the stock keeps pumping. It doesn't need volume because they have everything they need already. Unbelievable. Yep. Yeah, don't forget to smash the like, guys, if you haven't already, please and thank you. Do they have free delivery, free 2-day delivery? I'm sure if you wanted it, you could get it in 5 minutes. Yeah, straight from China to the US in 5 minutes. Don't worry, don't make it happen. NVVE with a bit of a pop. Hopefully the entire week isn't like this though. Yeah, hopefully the entire week isn't like this because this is pretty slow, right? Like, yeah, we have scalps, but still, again, it is Thanksgiving, so people. The closer we get to Thanksgiving, the more likely it is that people will take off. The market makers will shut it down for the week, right? And vacation mode, but still, hopefully we can find something at some point today. Tiffany, yes, good, 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 good. Yeah, don't forget to smash the like, guys, if you haven't already, please and thank you. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're not a member yet, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot and come join us in Discord. Alrighty. Anyways, for anybody that was asking for the lifetime membership, whatever rubbish, it's in the announcement channel. Alrighty. So if that's something you were interested in, if not, just ignore. But if that's something you're interested in, take a look in the announcement channel in Discord. It's at the top there. Alrighty. And then once we get past Friday, then we'll just delete that stuff and then get rid of the lifetime membership. So if you don't get it before Friday, don't worry about it. Just ignore. Alrighty. So, anyways, yeah, Ruby is fighting a nice bottom there, right? 2140. Raven is using all the monies to buy the dipskis, so it can go. Matt, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, no, I haven't really looked at DMs a whole lot today. CETY, again, importance of taking those gains, guys, and having stop losses. Because look at this thing now, right? All the way down. So again, importance of having stop losses, everybody, especially on a week like this, because everything looks suspicious. PMCB is not too bad, right? You can see that we already had the resistance line, guys, for WeShop, right? So WeShop has some resistance at 217. Funny enough, right? These resistance lines, we put them here, we don't delete them. Dan will make fun of us for our charts being messy, but they can usually come back and be really nice. Yeah, that thing is getting slapped there, isn't it? Getting slapped. Okay, let me take a look at PMCB because this one's doing okay. Yeah. Again, not a whole lot of volume. 700,000 shares, but slow and steady there. Yeah. PMCB. Slow and steady. Wish that thing had a bit more volume, but still holding some and have a stop at 2076. Okay, nice. Yeah, again, just be careful with these names, guys, please. You should have just stopped investing, Juan. Um, the problem is you say investing, right? There are no investments here. All of these stocks we're looking at, none of them are investments. Maybe we shop. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. There are no investments here, right? These are scalp plays. These are plays you get into and you put a stop loss, so you take gains, right? So yeah, look at that, right? OT, beautiful, right? OT in and out, 208. Look at that, like pretty simple, right? Close to $2. Take your gains on the higher range. You make $170. Christmas monies, right? There is no need to be diamond hunting any of these names. Yeah, I PLTY has been one of the better ones, definitely, Jeff. I'm just not a fan of Yield Max anymore. I think they just decay the damn things too much, right? ULTY decay, MSTY decay. PLTY is definitely one of the better ones. Um, Maybe because the stock is just a beast, right? Yeah, scalper for life, Aussie. Yep. Yeah, and then supply zone, starting at $1.10 here below for PMCB. PMCB. Okay. Yeah, nice little pops there on this one. So a bit of an issue there at $1.10. Yeah, nothing seems to want to like actually cook today. Michael, ONDS, okay. When into yeah, BITO, I think, yeah, better. Yeah, Jeff, yeah. Funny you say that because I was having a conversation with someone too, and yeah, and it was like, hey, like BITO, like if you look at the chart, there's definitely been less decay on it. Seems like the better option instead of adding to Coney and Misty. You know, the dividend might not be crazy, but still, better than getting 100% dividend, but then also dropping 100%. In the green and sell at resistance, and the second time I try to get slapped. Yeah, Aaron. So with that, you have to make sure when you go in for the second time, the stop loss is tighter than the first time, so you don't lose more than you made the first time, right? You have to make sure you come out ahead. But also, when you're going in the second time, you have to understand that the more you test a level, the weaker it gets. So you have to give it more time to consolidate, right? Make sure it's actually holding that level before you jump in. Yeah, I think it's because we're getting that holiday vibe, so the markets are kind of going sideways now. I'm hoping it doesn't, at least every so often we get a nice boom ski, right? We Shop is like, hey guys, it's holiday season. Come to my shop, right? So that thing made brand new highs, but then they also slapped it. So that resistance is still there, right? So another reminder that breakouts, when we talk about breakouts, we mean that the candle breaks and closes above, not just pushes above, right? So yeah. And Ruby says, "Hey guys, yeah, I can do the VWAP. I'm gonna get slapped, right?" So Ruby failed at the VWAP. Now we're testing 20 cents or retesting the last support. If you look on the left hand side, retesting this double bottom here. So let's see if it stays above it. Ruby, Pizza. Have a wonderful rest of the day. And chat later. Yeah, the market is definitely going sideways. Make you sleepy, Blake? Yeah, you don't want to be trading and sleeping. You made your daily goal in pre-market. Let's go. Let's go, Blake. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Get some rest. You need rest to recover, anyways. And you've made your daily goal already, so there's no need for you to be doing anything else. So get some rest, please. There is another stock popping here, which is not bad. Um, yeah, AEHL is with a nice pop. Nuke is also popping a little bit because they had some news. But yeah, this one's been a nice little scalper as well. I think that's gonna be the vibe today. Honestly, is the scalps. It's like you look around and you find the scalps. 17. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna be able to find those scalpies today. And have to start cooking. Sounds good. Yogi, what are you cooking? Family cooking. Are you starting today for Thursday? Are you prepping? And it pops. Yeah. Where did you have your stop loss at, Sid? Where was your stop loss? Yeah. PMCB is still holding. At least trying to. WeShop doesn't want to give up, so that thing keeps going from $2 back to 2.15. So it's going back and forth. The issue here is the low volume, so the spread is really big, right? Like right now, if you wanted to buy this thing, you'd be buying above 220. If you wanted to sell, you'd be selling at 205, right? Like the spread is ridiculous. So it becomes really dangerous. Ah, that sounds amazing, Yogi. I'm telling you, some of you guys are so lucky that we don't live, close. Otherwise, after the stream, let's drive to Yogi's house. Come on. Like Anthony, definitely, definitely. I mean, WeShop is the only bank that look at that 227. Like I said last time, this thing was pumping though. If you're gonna play with something like this, just try and make sure that it's like one share, because you can make some Christmas monies with one share, It's like, hey, I just made $20, $30, right? Lunch is covered. Um, but you don't want to go in heavy on something like this because you could get destroyed very quickly, right? There goes $230 for WeShop, right? The greatest stock on earth. Unbelievable. PMCB is coming back a bit with that resistance at 110. AEHL 320 resistance. So that's another level you're gonna need to break above. And WeShop is just shopping, just going. La la la. That's a lot of pies, Yogi. A lot of pies. The house is gonna be smelling amazing. I was watching a cooking show, Yogi, and it was about baking, and they made a lot of pies, and it looked amazing. Amazing. Mm-mm. DGLY again. Some of you guys are still holding this one. It's just kind of being annoying for now, just going sideways, which is okay. So hopefully the breakout can come in at some point. I just think that volume is really interesting, right? The fact that we have almost 7 million today, yeah, the stock hasn't moved. I think it's definitely something to keep an eye on. So we will keep watching that. Ruby's holding that double bottom for now, guys. Trying to. Not sure how long it's going to hold for, though, just because it seems like that type of day, but let's see. CETY was slowly getting to the 200 EMA, so $1.60 ish, $1.65. Should you place your son's inheritance in Webull or Webull or WeShop? If it was me, I would definitely do. I'm not gonna say anything. I know you're joking, by the way. I know you're joking. Yeah. A nice way for her to oh wow, that's so cool, Jeff. That's very cool. Your wife is very resourceful. Very, very resourceful. That's very cool. Obviously there are no IPOs today as well, so I just want to take a look at NUKK, nucleus, because this one's been creeping up too. That's what I mean, right? Like today is all about like jumping in, random scalpies, right? Scalp and run, scalp and run. Let's go, Vala. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. EHL is still sitting at that level. PMCB, yep, there goes the test of the highs of the day. So that is nice. Yeah, Weeble. Yeah, I would definitely go with Weeble, even though I don't trust Weeble anymore, But I think just the fact that most people like Weeble as a product, I think you're better off with that. But no, I think you're joking. So yeah, Bilal, good job, good job, good job. You sold at 107. Okay, okay. Bilal sold the stock, guys. So it's time. You know what? You know what's coming. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But no, it is pushing through that supply zone though, so that's nice. So that is not too bad. I know, right? Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, Lord have mercy. Now that things like struggle, what's that? Yeah. No, but you are in a supply zone though, so I'd rather you keep scalping like that, Bilal, than anything else. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Sid, are you happy now? EHL got slapped back down, so not that you're happy, but you'd rather make money. A lot of these tech stocks are really not doing well after that rubbish from Meta. Sid, yeah, I'm improving. I'm prowling. Yep, yep. No, better than So it looks like a nuke is pushing there though, isn't it? Pushing. So $7 resistance for nuke, NUKK. Again, like nothing is super clear, but you have the opportunity to scalp some of these plays. So yeah, $7 resistance. Okay. See, I tapped $7 and then came back down. Surprise, surprise. No, not really. Yeah. Yep, exactly, Bella. Good plan. Good plan. Russia and Ukraine? Probably. Yeah, so it looks like we failed at that $7 resistance again. This is the beauty of putting those lines there and just leaving them sometimes, guys, is because right away we know like, hey, 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 hey. Yeah, the supply zone reminds you, which is perfect, right? The red zone reminds you, which is perfect. Right? So sometimes if you wonder like where these red zones are coming from, um, they're created from stuff like that, right? Yeah. So $7 and then slap. And then Ruby died. Ruby died, guys. That thing said, I gave you a double top. I hope you took your money. So stop losses. Yeah. I mean, I like honestly, if you asked most people at the open, like, hey, which stock is gonna cook all day, most people would have said Ruby, 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 right? So this is why like we keep yelling, like, hey, put that stop loss, put that stop loss, take gains on the way up, put that stop loss. You know? You never want to be in the position where like when it comes to trading, you want to get to a point in your trades where it's less of what you think and more of what you're seeing, right? Exactly, Raven. This was an amazing swing, right? From 14 cents to 27 cents, 29 cents almost, right? This was a nice shout from Raven. So, yeah. So, really, really, really nice shout, right? But again, make sure you're moving those stop losses and you're taking gains on the way up. And yeah, I would have said Mullen. Like we honestly should be blaming Bilal for this. Yesterday was fire, and then the day he wakes up early, the market's like, nope, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Really? Oh, that's so cool. Oh, wow. Dang. See that's very good. That's very good. You know, for the future. Yeah. Very, very good. Okay, okay. Can we get a breakout here? PMCB. Did we finally break out, guys? Oh, okay. Yeah, because of that alert, right? So look at this, guys. Is anybody still swinging this? PMCB is also popping. That thing said, "Hello, I'm here now." Right. So look at that. OSRH. It only took a few days, but looks like that thing finally. Ooh, damn. Okay, 70. Oh, damn. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Boom skis. So if anybody was swinging this play, you'd be very happy. Is it a good time to get in? No, this thing was posted on Sunday, and we talked about it yesterday, right? So, um, yeah, and we said a few times like the entry was closer to 60 or to 55, right? So this has definitely been a more of a swing play than anything else. Yeah, let's go, Raven. Come on now, let's go. So nice push there. Let's see if we can get above 80 cents. Don't worry, Villa. Peter and Dan will avenge. No, it's all love. Yeah. So yeah, here comes 80 cents. I mean, you are getting that yellow candle there, Raven. So yeah, nice push though. I've already used it, Pablo. What do you want? Already click the activate. Activate. So a high of $1.20 Bilal on this one, right? And obviously $1.20 is gonna act as resistance. Funny enough, I wanted to pull these up on the same tab there so I could watch both of them, DGLY and OSRH, Donovan. So yeah, we still need to break above $1.20 on that one though on DGLY. Sorry, $1.50, $1.55. For DGLY. Yeah, too many names, Raven. 81 pennies into the red zone. That red zone is thick, isn't it? Not a bad push. Okay, can we keep getting more boomskis like these? Please and thank you. We need some more boomskis. More boomskis. Mm, maybe today's going to be the type of day where everything goes up 10% and then goes back down. Hope everybody's happy with 10%. Angel, is it going back up? It's trying to. Off the 200 EMA, yeah. Right? So the magic white line. The magic white line. So yeah, a dollar, closer to a dollar 65, $1.60. Nice little bounce. With the Zirconi. Yeah. I don't know what he's doing with his Coney. I remember him saying he scaled out of a whole bunch of positions before we even went to Vegas. Right? And then I think he was in Discord over the weekend too, Jeff. He was in Discord. So I'm not quite sure what he's doing with the Coney position, but yeah, I'm really not sure. But yeah, but then like honestly, I prefer Coney to like a MSTY. Honestly, I someone mentioned over the weekend, which it kind of made a lot of sense. It made so much sense to me that if these institutions believe that Bitcoin is going to go to 1 million, right, or whatever the price is, right, boomskis, right, to the moon, do they really want to make Michael Saylor the richest person on earth? Do they really want to do that, or do they want to liquidate him first before they go boomskis? You know, that made so much sense. I don't know if there's any truth to that. I don't know if it's gonna work out that way. But then I was like, you know what? BlackRock would want to be the richest, institution, right? Like these people would want, like the institutions would want to be rich. The U.S. government would want to be the richest of Bitcoin, right? Do they want to have like some random person like Michael Saylor that clearly doesn't follow the rules potentially to own a whole bunch of Bitcoin and then have it go boom skis and then he's like the richest person? I know again it's not Michael Saylor, it's the fund, right? But same, right? Like, do you really want to do that, or do you want to send him to the bridge, right? I was like, you know what? Like, we never really thought about that, but that makes so much sense. So then, I don't know, right, Matt, Frankie? Yeah. Let's go, Dion. Let's go. I like it. I like it a lot. 64, wasn't expecting to jump so quickly. I accept that and get out. Let's go. Well done. Look at that. Cool King, 85 cents. If you're holding OSRH, type yes in the chat. If you're holding OSRH, type yes in the chat. The markets did recover back nicely too, so that's good. Hopefully everything can continue to recover. Continue to recover. In a 63 stop. Yeah, good. I like it. Apparently I don't like money today. Yeah, look at that, 86. Woo! Oh my days, guys. It was just a matter of time, huh? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 89 cents. That's a pretty nice pop, actually. Really nice pop. A really nice pop. Really nice pop. High of almost 90 cents there. Jeff says, can we really nice push. Not bad. Right? So I think gave you 2 days to get in close to 60 cents. BLK, give me a high five. Well done. Yeah, good job. Yeah, the low 60s into the 50s, those were nice areas. Yeah, a rep needs to drop some fire news or something, Jeff. Yeah, torn. Yeah, it did. It finally broke above. So the breakout was what, guys? Does anybody remember the breakout spot? Right. We set this on Sunday. We set this on Monday. Right. If we break above what price? Anybody remember? 73. Right. There was the breakout. So if you were waiting to get in, that would have been a nice little scalp too, right? 73 cents. That was the spot. So if you didn't want to buy the dip and look for a swing play, right? Frankie got in at 60 cents. Nice, right? So the break above 73 cents, boom skis, right? Well, here we are, 88 cents, 89 almost. So pretty nice. So sometimes just setting the alerts at the breakout spots, can be better than buying it and holding it and waiting. I like it. You got in at 75. There you go, Peter. You're up 10 cents, right? Let's go. Good morning, Jericho. How are you? And SPY Dipski. So SPY is going to go up and down, right? Up and down into the holidays. It would have been nice though if we would be pumping into the holidays. That'd be better than and then it looks like we need to break above 90 cents here now, and then we can start looking for $1. You're done? You're done for the day? Did you make your daily goal, Jericho? AEHL, still just going sideways there, Sid. Ruby's just stuck at 20 cents. Just stuck at 20 cents. You did? Let's go. Well done. Well then, Jericho, enjoy the rest of the day then, Might as well take the day and enjoy and stay green. For those of you that trade futures, Apex is doing a Black Friday sale. Apex. Hmm. KZAI. SGBX curling. SGBX. Yeah, that is a nice little curl. Nice demand zone too. Dan, are you gonna get some YOLO evals to mess around with? $280, $295. Nice job. Yeah, I think that's stupid. I agree. I think that's very stupid. Very stupid. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it looks like we're testing the closer to 80 cents there for now on OSRH and kind of holding. Let's see. No, 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 no. Mm. Okay. The dip. Yeah, AEHL is slowly curling back up again here. So $3.20. Sit, that thing gave you the dip and time to get back in. And then retesting 320. Nuke is consolidating and trying to curl as well. NUKK. Nukes. So a little base of 620, 625. SGBX above the 200 EMA nicely now too. So not a bad curl. SGBX. Still red on the day, but at this point it's down 2 cents. So 2 pennies. uh, yeah, I think said supply zone. No, thank you. I'm in a dip now. So again, everything seems to be a scalp. Everything seems to be a scalpy. You can tell the market's kind of dead already, but we have an hour left on stream. Craziness, huh? We have an hour left and the market's already dead. Unbelievable. Mm. And if we're gonna hop up earlier, then I'm just scheduling some one-on-ones. Might as well schedule more stuff. Yeah, it does. It does. It doesn't have a massive load, Jeff. So if we can get the right volume or the right catalyst, then yeah, definitely. Jeff is trying to pump it. Pump it, Jeff. Anyways, yeah. So it looks like 320 resistance again on AEHL. CTE is still holding up the 200 EMA, so that's not horrible, but super slow. But if you bought off the 200 EMA, you're happy with that for now. And then maybe we just want to retest that breakout for OSRH. Since it's a short week, Tiffany, me too. I was expecting a fire week. We had a good day yesterday, right? We had a good day yesterday, right? Expecting some nice boom skis, and then Wednesday, everybody, like kill it off, and then we go for the holidays. Then yeah, and then you know rubbish, absolute rubbish. But at least it's one of those quick scalpy days. So I saw though that like the market's obviously closed on Thursday, right? That's not a surprise, right? Thanksgiving, right? But the market's also supposed to be closed early on Wednesday, but it looks like it's closed early on Friday instead. So Thanksgiving is the 27th, right? So the market's closed, right? So we all know that, just like Christmas, right? But then the two stars are supposed to mean that the market's closed early the day before. So you see how there's a two star in front of the 27, behind the 27. So each market will close early at 1 p.m. On Friday. Okay, so it looks like it's Friday, and then the three star is the day before. Okay, so that's my mistake there then. So when you see three stars behind the date, it means that the market closes at 1 p.m. the day before the holiday. When you see two stars, then the market closes at 1 p.m. the day after. Yeah. So yeah, JB. Yeah, Christmas is different though. Yeah. I reopen at 6 p.m. Okay, sounds good. Alrighty, so futures rule. Yeah, 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 yeah. There we go. Finally, a pop. DGLY. Again, like we said, keep an eye on this one, right? Because this one seemed interesting, right? Type yes in the chat if you're holding DGLY. DGLY. So yeah, this one definitely looked like it had some vibes, to it. Yes, yes, yes. Good, 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 good. Donovan, you're green, right? See, there we go. Focus. I like it. CK, good. CM, yeah, good. I like it. So yeah, if you bought this thing close to 140 into the 130s, then you're happy. Then you are happy. Ooh, there we go, guys. 166. Okay, then that's a nice pop. Again, just be mindful though. Like this stock will give you nice boom skis, but it will also drop nicely. So so just keep that in mind. Alrighty. But you're happy? Good, Donovan. Good. Good, good. On a day like today, yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah. So yeah, those 140s are looking very nice now. I bet you interesting. Yeah, there's some profit taking going on there in that supply zone. Angel dead. Yeah, it's just having a hard time on the downtrend and the resistance, right? So your resistance is right there, Angel. So 183 resistance. So it needs to break above that level. I think officially, like I don't think it's dead, right? If you break below this level though, then yeah, dead. Yeah. Yeah, Ruby is trying to curl. Trying to curl. You're looking for an entry? Well, so a retest, oof, right? So what's happening is most likely because we had such a strong resistance area at around that 73 and then we broke above it. Either people are selling this one to rotate to the other one, DGLY, or this is just a retest. Righty. So if this is something you're interested in, watch for consolidation around 173. I say that just because that was the breakout spot, but then you also have the 200 EMA closer to 70 cents, right? So between 73 and 70 cents, watch for consolidation in that range. Alrighty, Kazion. Yeah, so 73 to 70 cents there. If it can consolidate, then okay, that might be a level. Yeah. Yeah, just make sure you have a good stop loss and keep it tight. Today's one of those stupid days, where you're like, hey, it's super slow, but everybody should be green. If you're green for the day, type yes in the chat. If you're green for the day, type yes in the chat. AEHL, brand new highs. Green for the week. That's all that matters, right, Anthony? That's all that matters. Yeah, yeah, right. It's one of those days where you're like, dang it, pretty slow. But a lot of you guys are gonna be green. Small green, yeah, nothing crazy, but yeah, you're gonna be green. No trades, Peter. That's okay, right? Because RUBI was nice. Like RUBI was really nice this morning, like really nice, right? So a lot of you guys made your daily goal on that already, right? And then other than that, there've been a little annoying, stupid scalpies, but for the most part, like yeah, scalpies, right? And then for DGLY, right? We mentioned DGLY quite a bit. Like, hey, how come this stock had 46,000 shares? 46,000, guys. Every day, 46,000 for 30 days. And then today it's 7 million, right? But the stock hasn't moved yet, right? So then we're like, something is definitely going on here. So, yeah. Sid, that's a good way to look at it, right? Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're here, we're breeding. So, it's a green good day. Here comes 170. 170. DGLY. Yup, looking good. Looking good. 26%. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. 170. Okay, can we break above 170? It looks like it. Yeah, there we go. 171 at the highs. What's my take on the huge wick at 120 at 1028? 1028, like this wick right here. Like it at this point, it like maybe it's just pointing to you that the top of the supply zone at 330. I'm just like I don't think it makes any difference now though, right? Yeah, the damn thing is cooking there, so it looks really good. Yeah, if you're in a position now that doesn't make any difference to you. You know, are you in a position? Very nice push. CTY is going to, yeah, it's trying to. That's what I mean, right? Like this stock is not dead if it's above this last low, right? If it breaks below the low, then yeah, dead. But for now, definitely not. So a lot of these stocks are giving you scalpies. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Is it trying, Jay? Yeah. Hopefully it stays above. Uh, hmm. So it looks like we're trying to hold that 70 cents, right? Trying to hold. So, yep. And you can see the Discord. You can tell them. Okay. Can you? If you can see all the channels, then you should be connected. Yeah. If you can see you can see the channels. You can see Stock General. Then you're connected. And then. Actually, I can take a look for you too. But yeah, if you can see those channels, you should be good to go. Yeah, you're good to go. You're connected. See, you did it, right? You just had to watch the video. Yeah. That's like our first test, to see how well you follow instructions. You know, that's the first test. Because then you have to watch the onboarding video, you have to follow instructions. Then, in the process of you doing that, you're going to find out a whole bunch of other things, which is good. So welcome to the community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, can we get back above the 70? At technology, it took some time. It took me forever. That's okay though. That's okay. But in you watching that onboarding video now, you know where to go for this channel and this and this and this. So rather than you asking every time, like, okay, how do I connect? Okay, where do I go for this? So yeah. Now your next thing is to go to the Getting Started channel and not the Getting Started channel, is watch a whole bunch of educational videos, right? So again, just a reminder for anybody that's new to the community: if you try and watch the videos, the educational videos in Discord, it's gonna say you have to be a member. Like, it's not gonna work, right? But if you click on the link, so it takes you to YouTube, you're gonna be good. Or you could also just go to YouTube and watch the videos on the videos on in under the hot trade section on YouTube, video section on YouTube. So alrighty. And if a video says Legend Pro, then you have to upgrade to Legend Pro if you want to watch that video. Cool. Here comes that 170 again. If this was a good market, this stock would have already been above $2, 100% rally. But since we're in the rubbish market, it's like, okay, 27%. That's it. Ridiculous, huh? Ridiculous. Which influence am I gonna copy? Wait, why? Why would I copy? Pablo asking for Peter. Um, I don't know. The whichever one is a Hot Trades member, I'll copy them. You notice I'm beating all of them, Pablo? Which one do you think I'm copying? If I'm beating all of them, every single one of them, including you and Peter. That's my only argument, Pablo. If I'm beating all of them, then which one? You know? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Futures. Let's see. Wait, is that really how he looks? Damn. Ah, yeah, he looks old now. Craziness, Dan. Yeah, Diddy looks old. Spy's gonna mess around and turn break even again or red. Again, like I said, I think that's kind of the intention today, though. When you don't have access to Vivi oil in prison, yep, yep. Good job, good job, good job. Especially when we're stalling like that at 170 cm, right? The stall is usually the beginning of the T-Rex. So again, stall, 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 and there goes AEHL, AEHL, Amaze. You know that's because Raven is buying the whole float. So is Jeff, the disciple. Pablo, what's your argument? Pablo, I'm beating. Anyways, so 350 is your next resistance on AEHL. $3.50. Good push. Yeah. Raven and Disciple. Yeah. There goes a nice breakout. Thanksgiving. Let me see if I can. So two. Let's do 1 p.m. then. RUBI? Yeah. RUBI's been around for quite some time now, so it's not like these one and done, penny stocks. So I bet you that's why it's able to come back like that multiple times. Yeah, it just dead then. There you go. And dips were bought. Yeah. Yep. Nuke got nuked. Look at that perfect resistance, guys. $7. If you didn't take your profits or have a stop loss, congratulations. Zero. Yeah. Zero. Some of these stocks are just kind of being annoying now. Again, it is a pretty slow day. Right? It's 74 cents for OSRH, so that still looks okay, right? But it's very slow. Very slow. And then AEHL is testing 350 still. So yeah, we have about another 40 minutes or so, guys, and then we'll hop off and go back to Discord. Yeah. PA? No, Dan saying that is just very slow. Slow day. So PA debt. Price action. Debt. Debt. It was already at 170. What's your position in that play? It was already at 170, right? Don't tell me you FOMO'd at 170 though. Into RUBI, it looks like a big run tomorrow. See, maybe if it stays above 20 cents, Shabat. Yeah, alrighty. Maybe if it stays above 20 cents. Trying to predict what's going to happen tomorrow is always going to be a bit difficult, though, you know? Always a bit difficult. Can you imagine how nice the markets would look today if it wasn't for Meta and the other idiots ruining the tech stocks? Can you imagine the chaos, the boomskis? Yeah, Apple's holding us up today though. Apple's like, don't worry, Nvidia is hurting you. Don't worry, I got you. Yeah, exactly, Tiffany. Yeah, Meta needs to do more. Yeah, no. So yeah, Meta is obviously like what I mean, like Meta hurting Nvidia. So then Nvidia, Nvidia has been the drag today. That's a really nice comeback for RUBI. What's your position, by the way? And again, like I would not worry about tomorrow, right? So just focus on today, like Tiffany said. It's not even lunchtime today, so if this thing is at 30 cents in pushing at the end of the day, then okay, yeah, sure, right? If we're below 20 cents, at the end of the day, then I wouldn't be worried about tomorrow, you know? Yeah. Meta's good news hurt Nvidia, so then Nvidia says, okay. Because if you look at a lot of the technology ETFs that are holding Nvidia, a lot of them are down. A lot of them are still red for the day, right? So even though the markets are green, a lot of them are over leveraged in Nvidia. So yeah. The short person. Unbelievable. At least we can show up and laugh. Unbelievable. 75 cents. Yep. Okay. On the dip with a very tight stop loss and stopped out at $21 loss away for the holiday and might try to trade in the morning. Have a green day. Kevin, yeah. Nuke was just too sketchy on the way down even. So yeah, just enjoy the holidays and hopefully tomorrow morning is better. But yeah, take some time and enjoy the holidays. Don't rush anything. Don't worry, guys. As soon as Kevin leaves, just watch the boomskis. I'm kidding, Kevin. Go enjoy the holidays. Yeah, for Ruby, your resistance is around 23 cents to VWAP already. So if you look on the left hand side, that's the same spot we failed at last time. So now we're testing the same spot. So just keep that in mind. Kevin says it's true. It looks like SPY is also hitting a double top there then. A bit of a double tops. 76. Who was asking about buying at 70 to 73 cents again? I can't quite remember, but you're again nothing crazy, but you're slightly green in that position, right? And then Ravon, hopefully you're not in this thing at $1.70, waiting for it to get back there, please, right? Because that thing might have been a one and done scalp. 77. You're short 24880 MNQ. Okay. Don't get entered done. Yeah. Vika? Yeah. It is. All of we're basically just going back to the old names, just the old names. Again, nothing crazy on this one, right? But because when you look at this, you're like, oh my goodness, that's been pumping forever. No, it's not that big of a run. But yeah, it does look good though. It was a swing play from the low 60s, Shabat, right? So yeah, because we've talked about that, Friday, Sunday, Monday, right? And then today it finally went boom skis. Are you in the position? Is that why you're asking? CETY bounce, where's resistance? Right there. Right there. What's your entry price, Mitch? Where was resistance? Yeah, right there. So $1.85 and then $1.90. So basically that 5 cent range. The reason I say the 5 cent range is because you have a downtrend line sitting right there, so that's going to act as resistance. But then also the last high was right there, so this little range right there is going to act as your resistance. Hence why the supply zone is in that range, right? The red zone there. SGBX has done quite well, hasn't it? Nice push above the 200 there. Again, nothing crazy, right? You see this, you're like, oh my goodness, no. It went from red to green, so 275 to 316. So not that crazy of a run. AEHL, obviously, we all knew 350 would be a problem. Now you're retesting 320, so let's see if it stays above that level. See if it stays above that level. And then CT is trying to push here, trying to push. Yeah, Mitch, what's your position in this one? There goes $1.87. And then the slow and steady fox. Slow and steady fox is doing well, isn't it? 180 is your entry. Okay. You're slightly green. Not the best entry, but not the best entry, but yeah, not bad. Yeah, so you can kind of see how we're struggling at that level, right, Mitch? 185 to 190. So we're back to 180. So yeah, just make sure you have a plan for that position. Don't end up holding a bag, please. Right? Please and thank you. Ruby's still at the double top, guys. So 23 cents resistance. So it really needs to break above that level. Yeah. What's cooking? Just slow burning today. Slow cooking. Nothing extremely crazy. Just slow burners. Slow scalpies. Investment challenge. What? Yeah. Download today is not the day to make a quick 30%. uh, mm, yeah, exactly, James. Exactly. Exactly. We need boom skis. Maybe into the close. Maybe after lunchtime. Hopefully. Hopefully. Is anybody traveling for Thanksgiving? Any? I know some of you guys are traveling and expecting people. Thanksgiving's like one of those holidays that, like, second to Christmas. There's a lot of traveling, a lot of celebrating, and instantly, Dan, instantly, because you know that thing is gonna go down. You don't even need zero. You don't even need like a next like a Friday expiration. Same day. Ah, ridiculousness. Okay. M and Q. Stop loss at break even. Okay, okay, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, look at that, right? So Mitch, that resistance and you shall not pass. Now we're at 177. So it doesn't mean that the stock is dead. It's just when you see stuff like that, sometimes you Fox says nope, can't break out. What am I? Amaze? Ask Raven and Jeff for pumping it. What's your position in this one, TV? Because it looks like we just failed that 37 cents here. What's your position in this? PHIO just dropped some news. Completion of enrollment in phase 1B clinical. There's some companies that are just garbage. They just keep announcing a brand new phase 1 study, brand new phase 1 study. Anyways, see if the stock can move though. Fox is halted down. Unbelievable. You're out now? Okay, there you go. Sounds good. Yeah. Nice push, just too much resistance in that red area. In the red area. Baby scalps today. And then AEHL with another pop. Yeah, this one actually doesn't look bad, Like it's nice the way that it's retesting that support at 320 and curling, right? So 320 retest and then a curly. So not a bad breakout and a retest, right? Not bad. Anybody CM? Did you scalp that? That's a CM type scalp. Closer to not a bad scalpy. You 223. I'm not surprised. See, I'm telling you, I know the type of scalp that everybody in the chat takes. When we're retesting like that and consolidating, that's a CM type scalp and a yogi type scalp. Green to red to green to red. Yeah. 336. Okay, can we push? Hmm. Nice curly. Flush sheets. Come on, Dan. You don't like nice things? We want boom skis. We want to see SPY back at all-time highs. Maybe that's after Thanksgiving. December 2025. The markets better be cooking. Shut your damn mouth. Ah, unbelievable. Mm, okay. Okay. It does, TV. It does. It does seem very slow. It is very slow. It is very slow. There have been some really good scalps though. Again, nothing crazy, but things that you could have still made monies on. So yeah. Yeah. You need some more NVIDIA news. Mm. AO units. Hello, hello. Multiple times add up. Can make, each day. Goal is to stay green. Exactly, Raven. Exactly. Right. I mean, as simple as, this is obviously something that we've been talking about. Like, just from 320, a little pop. There's a nice little scalp. You can do that on multiple names today. Right? Look at that. OSRH retesting 70 cents, 73 cents entry back to 79. Guess what? Right? Money secured. So that's what I mean. Like, it's an annoying day because we're not having the boom skis, but you have the scalps, like right off the good levels. Right? You have the scalps. Did anybody buy the dip of the 70 cents there for this one? Now you're testing the VWAP, so be careful. 73, there you go, Rich. Yeah, there you go. Mm, 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 mm. 80. Mm, mm, mm. Good job, Chris. I like that. I like it. See? Yeah, I like it. I like it. So again, it's a pretty stupid day, but still, you can make some monies. This one's still wanting to go. AEHL still wanting to go. So if that volume could come through, though, that would be nice. 42 cents in HD. You sure it wasn't you? Are you sure? You got stopped out, Dan? Yeah, we're showing some strength there. Some strength there, Dan. Yeah. So maybe the markets want to go boom skis. Off to Costco. Tiffany, what are you buying at Costco? Costco is that place where you're supposed to, you're supposed to get some nice deals, but then you end up spending more. Criminals. Yeah, buy us a box of cookies. Buy us a box of cookies. They're seriously so good, Costco. Yeah, pumpkin pies. Yeah, that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. There goes 81 pennies. There goes 83. Boom skis, guys. What a beautiful dip buy. What a beautiful dip buy on this one. So, but again, that's common though, right? Very, very common. Why is it common? Because every time we get a breakout, we get a retest of that breakout. 73 was a big level, and then we came back to retest 73, and then it popped again. So that was perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. 83, breaking above 83. I like it. I like it. Mm, okay. Yep. It's trying to. It just needs the volume to actually break out. But the higher lows are nice. Damn, Dan, did you see that? Did you see that on Spy? What a scam. They really just wanted you to get out, you know? They really just wanted you to get out. Yep. Mm. AMC 2025. So far so good. Yeah, like honestly, I can see why you're doing it. I just wish you had more time on them, you know. I just wish you had a bit more time on them. Because every time we look at that AMC chart, we're like, hey, this looks like a nice bottom, doesn't it? You know. So Raymond James says the S&P corrective phase could fall 8 to 10% over the next 3 months. Yeah, they probably wrote that when the market was crashing. Winterfell probably wrote that when the market was crashing because they seem to, nobody told us that the market could crash. 8 to 10% a month ago when the market was hitting brand new all-time highs. As soon as we drop 5%, everybody's like, "Oh, you know what? You know what? We could drop." Yeah. Okay. SGBX testing the highs of the day again here. Still just chilling there. Dan, did you slap somebody? Why are you quiet? Ah, the markets wanted violence. Do I think it has another chance, Shar? Are you in a position or you're just looking? Do I think PMCB? Um, you know what my opinion is on stocks that are below the 200 EMA, right? You already know, right? But it's also holding, right, 80 cents. So like right there, 79. Yeah. If it stays above 79, sure, maybe, right? But you need to get back above 85, 86. So if you can break above this level, maybe, right? If you break below this level, definitely not. Absolutely not. Alrighty. So for now, you need to stay above 79. If you can reclaim 85, right, that's a good start. Alrighty. So kind of 2 cents away from that, but yeah. Wondering why put plays in the down market are not popular. They are popular. A lot of people play with puts. If you go to the options cooking lab in Discord, you're going to see when the markets are dropping, usually a lot of people playing with puts. Social media, a lot of puts. Um, we would just prefer that the market go booms, that the markets go higher than Always keep pumping, basically. Anyways, here goes AEHL and CM crushing it on that play. Little scalpies. Yeah, so that same resistance of 350. $3.50. Previous message. Some forms online. My brain next next Tuesday. Oh, okay, Dan. Okay. Yeah. Get it done, everything go well, and then rest, recover, and then back to full fitness and cooking, Dan. Yeah, yes please. Yes please. Yeah, absolutely. Come on, boomskis. There goes SGBX, brand new highs. Safe and green. You can always rely on the stock to be cooking. Always rely on that stock to be cooking. Uh, Good job, Sam. Good job. Yeah, good jobs. Mm. Mm-hmm. And then if this thing can break above the that double top there, that would be quite nice. That we could push for that $1. Yeah, don't forget to smash a like, guys. We'll hop off in like 10 minutes already and go back to Discord. So don't forget to smash a like if you haven't already. I know it's a bit of a slow day, but um, yeah, smash a like if you haven't already, please and thank you. Like it would be nice if you could smash a like once, and then every time you come back, it would just be smashed. Why do you have to keep smashing the like every day? Pretty annoying, isn't it? Anyways, smash a like if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe if you're new. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click that link at the bottom of the chat from Nightbots. Alrighty. IVP, no position, Chris? Of course. Let's take a look. IVP. I think I can kind of see what you're looking at here, Chris. Yeah, like 1840-ish, right? Like some support there. It doesn't look bad. I can see what you're trying to do. Right? I can see what you're trying to do. These plays are always a bit difficult though, when you're testing for the million time and like it's not even consolidating yet, it's still dropping, you know. Yeah, it's always so if you try something like that, I don't mind it. Just make sure your stop loss is tighter than it usually is, Maybe like right below 18 cents, stop loss right below, and then you should be okay. Yeah. But yeah, when you keep testing the bottoms like that and you're creating lower highs, you can see that we're clearly trending down. It's, never the best feeling, but it's bounced off this level quite a few times. So if you do try it, not the worst, right? Just make sure you have a really tight stop loss, just in case. You can see that it's bouncing already too, So it clearly has been holding that level. Mm. If market is inflated, are we supposed to sell everything before the new year? Flip? No. December is usually the best month of the year, right? Usually the best month of the year. Is it flushing? Yeah, that's because CM sold the position. What did you expect when CM sold? But also, again, guys, today is a scalp day. There's resistance right there. Guess what's gonna happen? Guess what? Guess what? Right? Flush. So surprise, surprise, blame CM. Thank you, Kenny. So no, depends what you're holding, right? Like if you're holding some really reliable long-term plays, I would not be selling my reliable stocks because the market's inflated. Honestly, the market's always inflated, right? The more the more they print monies, where's that money gonna go, right? So um yeah. So it just we didn't get a Santa rally next year, maybe this year. Yeah, hopefully. But again, yeah, if you're holding good names, then I wouldn't. But if you're concerned about the markets being inflated, if you're concerned about the markets being inflated, though, you could always trim some off the table. If you've been holding Nvidia and it's up 100%, you could always take half of the gains and say, hey, you know what? I'm kind of concerned. Right, let me take half off the table and then go from there. You know, December, la, 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 la. Yeah, so it really just depends what you want to do. Yeah, and yeah, of course, right? So then if you sell, you pay the taxes next, this coming into the new year. uh why is the last candle on TV sometimes far behind? No volume, probably, on that specific stock you're looking at, probably. You can do it. CETY still holding. Yeah, it's trying. It's really trying. You can do it. And then the one that's done, well up the levels is OSRH. Yeah, flip. So I mean, so maybe last year we didn't get a Santa rally, December rally, but on average, this is the market cycle, right? Usually, so going into the end into November and November into December, right? And then we're usually ending the year at the highs, highs at all-time highs. Will that happen? Who the hell knows? You can never guarantee anything, but yeah. If you look at multiple charts, right? Even if you look at another seasonality chart, right? On every, election year, 5 years after presidency, like you look at all of that stuff, it usually points to the market ending strong, but that's never a guarantee. Usually when everybody's expecting it, it doesn't happen, but who knows? 15? Yeah, you can do it. What's the over under of adding yeah, so we're sitting at that double top there, Joya, so it needs to break out. Yeah, me too, James. I hope we get a nice Santa rally. We did drop 5%, the last in November, so hopefully we can recover that and start pushing to 7,000. SPY 700, NVIDIA above 200, everything boom skis. Boom skis, please. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. 297, Aaron. 297 AEHL. Did you just get in right now? Okay, I mean you're kind of in at that price, right? You're kind of in and around. Did you just get in though? Let me know. You're kind of in at like at this price, so you're down less than 10 cents. Yeah, you did. Yeah, I think the concern here is you're not really waiting for the consolidation and the curl, right? You're not waiting for that. The good thing is though you're in like close to a demand zone, close to support, right? So you should be able to get a bounce, right? So you hopefully. Alrighty, CM. Just gonna let that ride. Okay, sounds good. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Oh yeah, I've heard that. My typing. Yeah. So next time though, Aaron, you want to give it a second for that green candle, for a bit of curl, right? A bit of curling there. When you're getting consistent lower highs on those candles, there's a bit of a problem still. You can see how we're still trending down. The excellent thing though is that, like, I don't know if we can call it excellent, but you're in and around that demand zone area. So hopefully we can get a curl there. Yeah. Alrighty. So yeah, when you catch a knife like that, right, on lower highs, it can be very dangerous. But you definitely have one thing going for you: the demand zone. So mm, 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 mm. Learning, yeah, yeah. And also, if you haven't watched the class on consolidation, Aaron, I'm not even kidding. Just that class alone on how to play consolidation, how to buy stocks on a dip, that class alone would have prevented you from getting into something like that. Because we mentioned something in that class that pointed out, not getting in like that, right? So, yep, yeah, exactly, Raven. So, the good thing is though you're only down 7 cents. Like your entry was so close to the demand zone that like you should be able to get saved there, but put a stop loss and then go from there. Ready? But yeah, so again, watch that class on consolidation if you haven't already. Ruby is trying. It's trying. Stay above 20 cents. Stay above Z20. Yep. It needs to break it though. It needs to break it. Yeah, it does kind of look like a T-Rex, right? So double top T-Rex. So you want to be careful. You do want to be careful. Link to class and consolidation, Regan. It's in the Legend Pro channel in Discord. Also in the new trader education section and the education section. You want me to do the work, don't you? No, 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 no. Honestly, Matt, I don't know what to say. Yeah, this one's been cooking though. SGBX. Again, you look at a stock that's cooking, you're like, okay, is it really cooking? It's 13%, but you know, it's uh, it's done well. Nice push. Very nice push. Ruby is back above 22 now, so that looks good. Did you get into a position, Smurf, or no? Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. No, no, no. Okay. Let me know if you have any last questions, guys, and then we'll hop off in a minute or so. Alrighty. Let me know if you have any last questions, and then we will hop off in a minute or so. Uh, mm, like an hour earlier? Yeah, I'm gonna go do some one-on-ones. Yeah, I'm gonna go do some one-on-ones instead. Instead of just just waiting for something to go boom skis. Mm-mm-mm. And abandon us for one-on-ones? Speed? No. I mean, so keep in mind too, when the markets are hot, usually I cancel my one-on-ones. I'm like, hey, I need to move it to tonight, and then we end up streaming for 6 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. So it depends, right? So I just kind of balance it. When the markets are hot, we're on here all day long. When remember when what's when Beyond Media was moving, we streamed for 7 hours, right, all day long, the entire day. So when it's a good day, we stay. When yeah. Joya, we're gonna be here till after Thanksgiving. Hopefully not, but stay safe and prosperous as well. Flip, alrighty. Keep making monies on those long plays. Again, don't forget to smash the like, guys, before you leave if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe if you're new. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click that link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Much love, Dan. If you're traveling, be safe. Remember to be thankful for the community's hard work and this wonderful teamwork. Let's go, Dan. Much love. Have a wonderful rest of the day. And we won't say happy Thanksgiving yet because we'll be here on Wednesday. Yeah. Raven, go piss your wife off now, please. uh, much love, Raven. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Bring us more rubies, please. More rubies. Play 99. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Alrighty. See you in Discord. Have a good one, Frozen. See you later. For the retest of the retest, OSHR, we already had the retest. We already had the retest to 73, 70 cents, right? So now we need the break above 80, 89 to 90 cents. Alrighty? Yeah. We need the breakouts. Oh, Doche, what happened? Doche says, wait, are you still on vacation, Doche? PAVS with a little run there. PAVS. PAVS. Little pops them. Hmm. Again, the volume is 50,000 shares, right? Like it's just, yeah, yeah. You just got back. What are you doing in Icon? The reason I asked is because I know Icon is just going sideways. What do you think about it's holding $1? I mean, you could take a risk with the stop loss at 90, right below 95 cents, but that would be about it, though. I mean, it's possible. Like if you look at the 15-minute chart, maybe, right? Like it has been holding that $1 level, as long as you stay above 95 cents. So if you do that, you have to put a stop loss right below. Since she's the one that got the for the family this year, oh, let's go, Raven. I have to be nice, so she share with us. Okay, fine. Yes. But after Thanksgiving, though, everything goes back to normal, right? Have a nice day as well, Andy. Dave, see you later. See you later. You're gonna go work on your new old truck, Mayhem. Sounds good. That sounds like fun. Alrighty, Doche. Yeah. So stay above 95 cents then. Again, we need OSRH to give us the breakout, and then we can push for that $1. So we're gonna keep watching this one. Thank you, Mr. Nice Guy. Eventually, alrighty. Eventually, we will drag you, alrighty. Alrighty, again, all much love. Thank you very much for the support. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Hopefully, something goes crazy into after lunch and after hours, so we can cook, and we'll continue on Discord. Cool. Bye for now. Bye, guys. Bye bye.